welcome back to the O'Connell Center in Gainesville, Florida, where we are about to head into the final rotation between Georgia and Florida. And what a meet it has been so far. Georgia leading right now by just a quarter of a point, but it's really still anybody's meet because both of these teams have some challenges on their final events. Florida is on floor. Georgia is on beam. Not the strongest event for either team. But one competitor who we will see for Georgia is freshman Kelsey Ericksen, who has really come in and made an immediate impact on this gym dog program.
It's awesome. It's really a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to get the opportunity to compete as much as I have, and it's really just the best thing that I've done gymnastically in my life. It's so much fun to go out there and be a part of a team that everybody's pulling for each other, and especially at home meets when everyone in the crowd is there for you. It's awesome to have all that energy.
And remember, Kelsey is a walk-on to this Georgia team. She had offers for many of the top programs in the nation, but her dream has always been to be a Georgia gym dog. So she walked on. She'll get a scholarship next year, but at the time, Georgia hadn't done that. Boy, are the gym dogs happy to have her. What a job she's done. She already has 3.995 in this event this season. She's really taking her success in stride. Quite a humble gymnast, always looking to improve. Entry layout solid. See a lot of similarities to another Georgia great, Kim Arnold. Just a little bit in the way that she performs, the way that she moves her body. Again, don't count any one of these teams out of this competition yet. Georgia is a championship program. They know how to win. They will be able to handle this kind of pressure. Last event, and Florida, they're at home. Floor may not be their strongest event, but they're competing in front of that home crowd. They're going to feed off that energy. So this is going to be a close competition right to the end. A home crowd that has seen their Florida team win 15 straight at home. It's an extremely solid grip. This entire team dismounts, cartwheel, gainer full. No deductions on that landing. Great job. Kelsey comes out and does what she has to do, is rewarded with a 9.875 for the gym dogs on beam. I'm quite impressed with the way that Kelsey's come back. Remember, she had the fall on bar. It did not phase her. She's getting the job done for Georgia here. Solid tumble series there, that hand-free layout. As we talked about getting over it and moving on, certainly seems that Kelsey was able to do that. Florida crowd trying to get their team riled up a little bit for their final rotation on floor. You ought to love to compete on floor. You get to see so much character. The teams really get to show their individual personalities. And, you know, Lori, from one walk-on to another, because Savannah Evans, this is the only event she's competing in for the Gators, and she is a walk-on. And this is an event that she can show off her great front tumbling, opening with front handspring, double twisting front layout, and, of course, her style and spirit. She'll have a huge smile throughout this entire routine. She's having a great time competing in Florida. 1.5 twist to a front layout right into a Sushinova. There's the smile. There's another interesting story behind Savannah. She was coached by Kathy Dwyer out of Destin, Florida. And Kathy was a former gym dog. She walked on to Georgia's team, had an injury, and turned out to be their strength and conditioning coach. He was a tough coach to those girls. A lot of complaints from the gym dogs at that time. He was a tough coach for Savannah as well, but it's paid off. And she's quite proud of her to see her competing for Florida now. Most definitely a crowd pleaser here. They love the kind of music they can get up to. The young children can stand up and dance along with these athletes. And could you not be clapping along to this? Doing that little gator chomp that Sarah just threw in. Every routine from Florida with that gator chomp. It's a tradition. Front full front tuck and a big finish with, of course, that signature big smile. And Savannah may be a walk-on, and this may be her only event, but she is expected to score big. Florida needs it. She gets 9.875. You've got to remember, Florida is having to come from behind in this final rotation, so every point, every chance of a point counts. She is a beautiful gymnast who has worked extremely hard for her entire career. And now it's paying off. She's able to perform in front of this Florida crowd and really have a lot of fun with her teammates. Cory Fritzinger, certainly someone who doesn't mind performing in front of a crowd, even if it might be a hostile one in enemy territory. We mentioned before, Cory's love competing under pressure in those intense situations, and 9 times out of 10, she comes through. Important coming pass here, to that cancel, lay out, right over the top of the beam. She does that so well, technically perfect. We talked about learning and receiving being one of the key pieces to their puzzle. I think Cory is as well. She's freshman of the year, her freshman year. I think she needs to gain that kind of confidence back. Got 9-9 from her on bar. Capable of having those kinds of scores on every single event. Here on beam, she's been pretty good, but I'm seeing these tiny little bobbles, major bobbles right there. Cory has the talent. She has that competitive fire. She just needs to build that confidence, start getting a few great meets under her belt, get that ball rolling, get the momentum going, and then we're going to see some great stuff from Cory. And then Jordan will be back on track as well. Beautiful dismount, and Cory finishes with a 9.825. Another solid routine. Georgia not feeling the pressure, the sweat down their temple too much just yet. Cory hits the big stuff, like this tumble series. 2 back handspring to a layup. Solid and aggressive. There was just half-step wobbles, and then that 1/10 wobble on the lead series. Welcome back to Gainesville, Florida. Jen Hildreth along with Lori Strong-Ballard. We are in the home stretch, the final few gymnasts getting ready to compete. We've gone back and forth, trading scores here, Lori. But Florida's behind. They really need to have a breakout score. Florida's looking for those 9-9s and 9-9-5s. And with Erinn, Dooley, and Orly Smith still to come, Florida's still in the race. Opening pass, right off a handspring, double pike, nice big finish. Not seeing quite the difficulty level that we saw from Georgia on this event. But a 10-0 start value is still a 10-0 start value. The judges can only deduct then for mistakes on landing, bent knees, unpointed toes. So in the end, it evens out. Sometimes it doesn't pay off to do those huge difficult skills. One thing Rhonda Fain said when I talked to her before the meet was that they took down some of the difficulty levels because they had been getting those deductions and they wanted to see some cleaner routines here tonight. She also talked about the importance of not putting an athlete on the floor, competing something that they're not ready to do. The importance of building her athlete's confidence. That's what she's doing a great job here. You talk to any of her athletes and they talk about how much more confident they are in these last 2 years and how much more fun they're having as well. Front layout, front pike. All right, a good job. I'm not sure if it's good enough for those 9-9-5s that Florida needs right now. Again, not the difficulty that we saw from Georgia, but still a 10-0 start value. 9.875 is a season high there for Erinn Dooley, so she puts up a good score for her team. We take another look. Opening pass, run off that handspring, double pike. This is a D-level skill. Executed very nicely. And Erinn did do enough. Her team still has a chance. But Kinsey Rowe has a chance to clinch it for Georgia. A 9.875 or better will guarantee Georgia at least a tie. And talk about pressure on Kinsey going the last step when Georgia really needs a big score here. But if there's someone that I would want in this position, it would be Kinsey. The last 10 of 15 performances on the beam, she has scored a 9-9 or better. Important skill right there. Her tumble series a little bit off. She held tight on the landing. Very small deduction. Another huge skill right here. Here it is, full twisting, spring down. One of the few collegiate gymnasts to repeat that element, big time difficulty. One of the great things that Kinsey does is to work with her arms in her choreography. Beautiful finish all the way down to her fingertips. So you can jump connection right there. Drop your right shoulder in the straddle jump. And she's thinking then. She's concentrating. She has calm confidence. Get off a little bit on some of the skills. She's been able to hold on for a minimum of deduction. Yep, she gets now. This knee is riding on Kinsey's shoulders, a double twist. She holds on to the landing. A great final performance for the Gym Dogs. Yeah, Florida's win streak might be in jeopardy, and it indeed is. Kinsey Rowe gets a 9.9. That is enough to seal it for the Georgia Gym Dogs. What a performance by Kinsey Rowe when the pressure was on. Here it is, that important tumble series. You know she's feeling the nerves before this. Two back hamstrings low. She pulls up a little bit crooked in her lunge, but is tight and hangs on to the landing. Georgia had been somewhat inconsistent in this event throughout the season, but they finished with a 49.3. Very solid performance. The important part, getting back up and getting ready for next time. Tonight, though, Florida finishes with a 49.050 on floor. It was their worst score of the night. Not exactly the way they wanted to finish, but you don't always get the finishes you want. As it is, the Georgia Gym Dogs come out on top, and Lori Schondauer is standing by. Thanks, Jen. As we promised, a great competition right to the end, and Georgia comes out with the win. Suzanne, you told me before the competition that you have not yet seen the full potential of this team. Did they take the right steps? Well, I think they did because the knee was very close at the end, and under pressure we nailed our beam routine. So from that respect, we definitely showed some improvement today under pressure, but we still are so far from peaking. This team really has tremendous potential. You only had one all-arounder competing tonight. Was that done on purpose, or were you just making use of your full depth? We were just trying to mix some things up, do some different things. We have another competition on Sunday, so we had to think about that one as well in terms of the lineup. Resting some of your big guns, definitely. And Kinsey, a great competition for you. 3 key scores from you, and the highlight was Dean going last up, scoring 9-9 ultimately. That is what sealed the deal for Georgia. How'd it feel? Thanks, folks. Great. You know, everybody in front of me did the job, so to be honest with you, going in, I thought that we were already in first place, so the pressure was off of me against my teammates. Well, congratulations, guys, and good luck with the rest of the season. Back to you, Jen. Thank you, Lori. The Gym Dogs did take the team title, but Samantha Lutz from Florida is the all-around winner. She was competing in the all-around for the first time ever, and her total was the highest total ever by a Florida Gator, making their all-around debut at 39.450 for Samantha Lutz. But what a meet it was. Back and forth, Georgia and Florida. This rivalry is...
Tunnel in Mooresville, North